Good morning. I'm Karen Holzherr, your sales rep from McGraw-Hill Education. I'm here today to present a new program called StudySync, a true Common Core 612 integrated reading and writing English language arts program, a program that provides the rigor, the relevance, and gets results. It's 100% built to the Common Core, preparing students for the four main areas of the Common Core: the reading, writing, speaking, listening, and language. So let's begin. We begin at the library, which consists of a text library, a skills library, and a units library. Teachers will be able to search by grade level, genre, subject, Common Core Appendix B, and thematic theme. So you can bring in those science and technology and all those social studies texts, non-informational. The library has over 900 texts and still is growing, with 91 being full texts. Right now, we're going to click on the Units Library. Here, you'll see two types of units, a thematic unit and a literature-based unit. Thematic units provide the main instructional path for 6 through 12. There's going to be 4 thematic units for every grade level. We have the first unit now for 6 through 12, and we'll be adding one at each grade level every 6 weeks. We're going to look at the suspense unit, grade 8, and it begins with an engaging video. Listen.
A dark alley, a deserted beach, a strange voice calls your name. Rain pounds on the metal roof. A woman screams. You read on. The attic stairs creak. You feel the muffled beat of a heart beneath the floor.
Pretty engaging, right? This is not only just a video. It actually is the overarching big question of the unit. Why do we love suspense? It's a great way to introduce a unit, posing those big questions that you want your students thinking about with the help of multimedia. And on the teacher's side, they will see the key concept skills, the extended writing project, the Common Core alignments, the exemplar text, the genres, and the assignment types. Then you'll see an instructional path, which takes about 30 days, about 6 weeks of instruction. This 30-day instructional path consists of 10 to 12 texts that students work through, but by no means do you need to work through all of these one by one. You can actually bring in your own titles from the literature path, or you can make your own unit. So it's completely customizable. And as we scroll down, you'll see that they consist of first reads, skills instruction, close reads, along with vocabulary and grammar instruction. All of the Common Core standards right at point of use. Each assignment also has a lesson plan. Teachers will be able to see the objective, the Common Core standards, pacing, which is very detailed, and they have a choice of a core path or an in-depth path, which brings in additional text opportunities. The unit begins with a big idea blast. These are short answer, engaging writing assignments embedded in each unit. They consist of current events, hot topics, even some contemporary ones. Each unit will also end with a blast as well. They provide a way to bring informational text into the classroom on a regular basis. Students are asked to read the blast and write about what they've read in about 140 characters or less. They'll be working through about 6 blasts in a unit, with the last one tying in the essential questions. Once students submit their work, it gets reviewed by their peers and also their teacher. All of this process remains anonymous, with no one knowing whose work it is they're reviewing. I'm going to scroll now down to the play, Sorry, Wrong Number. And here is a preview of one of the texts. And they could play it.
Lucille Fletcher's play from the 1940s, famously produced for radio audiences only as well.
Or they can play the video.
New York City, the 1940s. Mrs. Stevenson lies in her bed. All around her, fancy knickknacks and pill bottles. She grips the phone and redials her husband's office. Busy signal.
This is how it gets them to engage. An engaging piece to get them to read about this story. They go to the reading, and here is an excerpt from Act 1. They could print it out. They can even listen to live actors in the audio. This feature can also is capable of, teachers are capable of turning it off as well. From here, they go to what we call our Sync TV. Sync TV are award-winning multimedia modeling lessons. Students listen to other students collaborate with each other on the think questions below. Let's play a little bit.
The way this play opens, my worst nightmare.
Your worst nightmare is that you'll get prank called?
It's not a prank call, or at least we don't know what it is yet.
I think these guys are after her. I think she's just crazy.
Well, sounds like we all have different takes of what's going on. Should we read the writing prompt?
I'll read it. How does playwright Lucille Fletcher use particular elements of drama to create tension in her play? Analyze setting, character, and dialogue, and show how they interact.
That word, tension. That's exactly what I'm feeling when I read this.
Yeah, because Mrs. Stevenson is a really tense person.
That's not fair.
So you see, teachers are able to show these Sync TV episodes showing other students modeling for them the discussion of the text and the essential Common Core skills, something that is very difficult to just talk about. Students are now able to visually see for themselves how other students walk through these skills. Teachers don't have this level of discussion in the classroom, we know that. But this modeling allows for students to think about these higher level skills. They can form small groups, or they can even just have a whole group discussion by projecting this onto a whiteboard. They're about 8 minutes long, and then they go on to the think questions, which are tied in to the modeling sessions. Now, as students work through these think questions, or they can do this at home, students who don't have internet access can actually download an iOS app or an Android app and work offline. And while they're back in school, upload their information. We're going to go back now to the skill in this story in inferences. And it begins with a definition of the skill. Let's listen to this.
Authors don't have time to tell readers everything they need to know.
That means readers need to start inferring as soon as they start reading.
Sounds hard, but really, we're inferring things all the time.
We are?
Sure, like when your mom says, "Young lady, you're not leaving the house like that." You and
Now, second, they model the skill. But I'm not going to play the video. I'm going to show you how they can go down actually into the story, and they're able to take notes. And their notes are stored, so they can answer the questions in the story that get asked. Here, there's a part A and a part B. Part B, which sentence or phrase from the passage best supports your answer. Citing textual evidence. They need to go back. Something students do not like to do. They don't like to reread. And when I go back into the assignment of a close read, and I show you the writing, here students are able to write, bring up a grading rubric, and it'll also show the text right at point of use. This is pretty powerful. It's an engaging program that allows students to read and write together, not in isolation. And when we move back into the extended writing project, you'll see that they work on the skills that are needed, and at the end, it's the editing, the proofreading, the publishing also they will do. There's a research project that is optional. It's about 7 more days, and it also comes with a great outline. So these thematic units are not fixed at all. It's a way they can be completely customizable. And from the student side, you'll be able to go in and actually see some of their work right at point of use. You don't have to go in and out of the program. So I'm going to go right to their binder, which holds all of their work. And you'll be able to see all their prompts and texts, their responses, their think responses, as well as the teacher review and their peer reviews as well. It allows you to go in and out and very easily. We're back to the main library, and although this was a short presentation, StudySync can be your digital library made up of hundreds of texts and writing prompts with multimedia lessons and online writing, all tied to the Common Core standards. It can be used on any platform, any device, anytime to motivate your students to read and write at progressively higher levels. So I hope you enjoyed this short presentation, and I want to thank you all for coming.